To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. Darius Davis to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Edwards. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Herbert now off the play fake. It's into the hands of Will Dissly. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Sticking with Edwards here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A give to Edwards. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On the give, this is Edwards. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line, thanks to a great effort defensively.
Herbert from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. Once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're gonna be stuck with a 4th and long. It'll be a field goal try from Joey Slye. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Slye with the honors. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by Deion Henley. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Another run for Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Hey, check that. Check. Ready? Go.
They stay on the ground with Williams. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he has this all the way down to the 23. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Mims with the grab. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he drives this forward to the 6. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. That one ends up a gain of 6. And now they have a 1st and goal. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our 2nd quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone.
Ready?
Williams is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Point after tries good by Lutz. And the Broncos, who won up the opposing field goal, they start with 7 on their opening drive. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. And off headed right, it's Edwards. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop it behind the line.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Broncos are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Give to Williams from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so... It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Finds a man, right side. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Forces one through double coverage. Now it's intercepted. Picked by Alohi Gilman. Along the right sideline, there's space. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Marvin Mims now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And that's good for a gain of 5. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked by Alohi Gilman. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Down to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. On the return, here's Mims. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Nix from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos face a 4-point deficit. Extra point try now for the Lutz. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Now Edwards. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Here's Edwards on the carry. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Now they'll throw out of the gun. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Broncos get set to take over. They've got first down from the 31.
Ready? Stop below 18.
Play action with Nix. He's on the move. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. And he won't connect on that one. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by Trey Brown. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Finds his man Rice. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
From the 28. This is reeled in by Edwards. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Herbert back to it after the pick. Escapes the pocket. Able to hit Palmer. Complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. First and 10 from the 41. Now Herbert to throw. He lofts it deep left. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here.
Set.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. And the jumpiness cost him 5. First and goal, a little bit tougher here.
Set. Set.
Throwing now, Herbert. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Up and good from Joseph. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. On the return, here's Mims. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
On second down, it's Williams again. And he finds his way up to the 47 before he stopped. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Alert! Alert! Check! Panther!
Running for the marker with Williams. First down and more past the 40. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Ready?
At the 29-yard line.
Nicks off the play action. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Called in left side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Nick's now to throw. Forced out to his right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
A 48-yard attempt.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running behind center with Edwards. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Play action now for Herbert. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
Throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll try the right side with Edwards. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
2nd and 13. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos will take over as he picks off his 10th pass of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Going left side, Williams with it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Nix with it on first. Connects on the crosser. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos parlay the interception into points. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
What's there to tack on the extra point? And the Broncos drive their lead to 11. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll go from the gun with Edwards. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
A tight end in motion now. Sticking with Edwards here. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Herbert on first down. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Three quarters in the books from this one. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Set. Wide receiver.
Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chargers will have a first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now.
Set. Set.
Herbert from the gun. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They're set up at the 35 now.
Set. Ready.
On the give, this is Edwards. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Cut.
Working from the gun here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Broncos corral it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He put everything he had into this one. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Let's go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go.
Here's Nix. He's loaded another one up. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers have some new life in the 4th.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. To throw, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses.
And they pick him off again! Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos have the football as he records his 12th INT of this season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Throwing on first down, Nix. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And he's taken down at the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense back.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the Chargers' 40-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. Finds him on the crossing route. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Going after tries good by Lutz. And the Broncos push their lead to 18. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. It's a 21-yard gain. And it brings up an LA first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Broncos take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos approaching win number 7 on the year. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap to Nix. He has the first over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.